Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Dharma Yoga, and as always, please practice according to your condition and comfort level. I give different variations for different levels of practitioners, so this is geared, so some of the poses are definitely geared to more advanced practitioners, but please modify as you need to, and I'll give modifications as well. So remember that the body is a temple, and whatever we offer up, we don't want to, it gets transmitted to other beings, so of course we want to make the experience as wonderful as possible. So on that note, we'll begin very, very shortly. Thank you for joining again. Just want to make sure that I've got all right. Start by sitting quietly, tall and supreme. Go within. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine becoming one with all beings. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. Will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. all beings everywhere, be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Let's do the mantra for purification to purify this space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. So we'll do it 3 times. If you know it, just chant along. If you don't, just think of the intention of purifying and you derive all the benefits. Try to do each one in one single breath. Om pavitraha pavitra sawa vashtanga topi va yaha smrit pandrikaksham sabahya bihantraha sji. Om pavitraha pavitra sawa vashtanga topi va yaha smrit pandrikaksham sabahya bihantraha sji. Om pavitraha pavitra sawa vashtanga topi va yaha smrit pandrikaksham sabahya byantraha sji. Let's come to standing and begin the practice. So let's begin with breathing for inner healing. Take the feet about 10 inches apart. Bring the arms up at the height of the shoulders. As I count to 8, you're breathing in from the heart to the crown. Hold the breath at the crown for 6. The attention is there. Hold the breath as well. Exhale out through the arms. Imagine all the impurities leaving with the breath. Inhale from the heart to the crown. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding the attention and the breath at the crown. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. Expel all the toxins out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale from the heart to the crown again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the attention there. Hold the breath as well. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale from the heart, right up to the crown. Holding all the attention and the breath at the crown. Exhale out through the arms, send out all the impurities with the breath. Bring the arms down now. Let's continue with some exercises to prepare the body. Watch the body moving by itself. Roll the head in circles. Pretend you're the witness. What you imagine in the mind is realized through the body. So imagine the body moving as gracefully as possible, and this will manifest. And then change the direction of rotation. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Now, swing that right arm forward. Winding it up like a machine. And then the other direction. Get some momentum to get the arm swinging, to work the shoulder. And then the left arm. Be mindful of your joints, of course, and any injuries. And then the other way. And release. Now take the arms up over the head, squeeze the elbows with the hands, keep the arms close to the ears, and go from side to side. Exhale as you lean. Conclude and go twist from side to side. here, make circles with the torso. Move hips a little bit as well. And then change direction. And now, release the arms, raise the arms up both hands, inhale, exhale, toss the body down. Last one, just stay down. Allow the body to just stop bouncing. And then roll your way up. Now from here, we're going to come into do lion's breath. So we're coming into a squat, just go to the height as you need to, as that's suitable for your knees. Allow the eyes to go wide and cross, and allow the tongue to hang out of the mouth. So a fierce lion face, let's go. Exhale as you bend. And back up. Shake out the wrists as fast as you can, loosen up the fingers. Or throw the fingers from side to side. And then up and down as fast as you can. Now take the arms out to the side. If you need having trouble bouncing, you can hold on to something with your left hand. And then swing the right leg up and back. And then the other leg. So hold on to something with the right hand if you like. And down, toes. Press the palms up towards the sky. Inhale, lift up off the heels. And back down, lift the toes. Rock back on the heels. Come forward onto roost your toes. Push in to the mat. Back down with the heels. Up again. And down, up, and down. Last time, up, stay up this time. Really push into the roots of the toes, hollow out the navel, get tall. Imagine trying to push the ceiling right off the walls. And down, release. Shake up the shoulders a bit. Now let's come to the top of the mat. Hands at the heart. Remember, do the practice as though it were a divine duty to all beings everywhere. Imagine moving with yogis everywhere to deliver benefits to all beings. So let's move together, stay in the collective mind, reach the arms up over the head, press the hips forward. Come down into forward fold, chest on the thighs, head down. The right foot back, lower the knee down, sink down from the seat. Come into high plank. Knees down, bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Come forward, brush the nose to the ground as you slide forward. Raise the head, bring it all the way back. Into child's pose, the seat's back behind the heels. Glide again between the arms smoothly. And then back. One last time. Pull the body through the arms, using the arms to propel yourself forward with power and fluidity. Back into downward facing dog with the seat up and back. Now the right foot steps forward to the hands. If it's doesn't make it all the way, you can lower the back knee, move the right foot forward with the hands. Modify as you need to. Bring the feet together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, arch back, hips forward. Bring the hands back to the heart. Reach up again. Come down gracefully. Watch the body moving. Left foot back, lower the knee down, shoulders back, head high. Come into high plank, lower the knees, seat all the way back again. Come forward 3 times. Uncoil like a serpent. Come all the way back. Glide down the mat like a snake creeping through the grass. Come up and back. Imagine yourself in the form of whatever you're representing. Come forward and up. Gracefully, head back, downward facing dog. Soften the line of the back, Then left foot steps forward, back knee down, sink through the seat. Feet together, chest to the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, stretch the whole front of the body. And Pranayama. Reach up again. Go down. Right foot back, lower the knee, sink down through the seat, lift the head, come into high plank. All the movements link together seamlessly. Knees, chest, forehead down, right through between your arms. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Soften the line of the back. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands, sink down through the seat. Feet together, chest on the thighs, bow down humbly. Come right up to standing. And bring it back home. Reach up again. Stretch. Come down. Left foot back. Into the plank. Down we go. Ashtanga Namaskara. Come forward into Cobra. And back. Make as though you're doing a dance. Always moving with fluidity. And feet together with mindfulness. With reverence for all the forms that you pass through, all the experiences. Back. Adding on now. Reach the arms up over the head. Go down. Chest on the thighs. Bend the knees. Bring your hands behind the back. Join them together. Extend forward through the chest. Exhale. Pull the arms over the head. The seat comes up. The head comes down. Uttanasana. Stretch. Pull the arms further over the head. And then release the hands beside the feet. Right foot back. Lower the knee down. Drop the seat right down. Kapiyasana. Bring the arms up over the head. Make like a crescent moon shape with the body. And then bring the hands back down. Step into the plank. Lower down. Glide forward into the Cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Back knee down. Reach up. Use your arms to pull the body further by the hips. Extend your lines. And then the hands come down. Feet together. Chest on the thighs again. Extend the arms back and then dive deeply. Forehead comes towards the shins. Seat comes up over the heels. And then come all the way up. Arch back. And return to Pranayama. Again, reach up. Go down. Bury your mind deep in the heart to watch the body move with more steadiness and ease. Hands together and then dive down Uttanasana. Release the hands beside the feet. Left foot back, knee down. Arch back, crescent moon. Radiate your light like that orb in the sky. And then bring the body back, lower down. Glide through. And back. Lose yourself in the sensations. Left foot forward, back knee down, sink through the seat, reach up and back, and bring the hands back down, step the feet back together, chest on the thighs, hands behind the back, extend, and then dive forward. Release the arms, bring them up over the head, arch back, and bring the hands back to the heart. And another variation. Reach the arms up, hips forward, go back, and then pull the body down on the legs like you're bowing. Inhale, lift up, shoulders over the fingertips, lift the heels, and push into your hands hard. And then just allow the feet to glide back. Come into Chaturanga, hovering just above the ground. Now push with your hands, pull the body right through. Try not to allow your hips to touch in between. And now keep your hips up, pull the chest forward, the head back. Make sure you don't jam up your neck, keep it free and long. Feel like a dog howling at the moon. Now, roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Make like a dog stretching its back. Allow the heart to dip down, the top of the head to come down.
If you can rest the top of the head on the ground. Maybe some of you can even bring the back of the head to the mat. Flatten out your arms, push the heels towards the ground or on the ground if you're flexible. And then lift the heels, bend the knees, look between your hands. Bring your feet forward, hopping or walking. Chest on the thighs, forward fold. Come right up to standing, arch back. Hands back to the heart. Reach up again. Go down. Now from here, lift the chest a little bit. Again, bring your weight forward, more into the front of the fingertips, the base of the fingers. And then lift up a little bit, and so your feet can just, your toes can glide back. They just hover above the ground as you fly back up into upward facing dog. You can always walk back if you need, if it's more suitable for you. And keep your hips on the ground if you like for cobra, if that's more to your condition. Go to where you find that feels like you're giving the best of your best without creating anxiety or pain in your own body, in your own being. Good. And then back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. Okay, ready to come forward, lift the heels, bend the knees, jump your feet to the hands. Fold the body down onto the legs. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up and back. And bring the hands back to the heart. Good. One more. Bring the arms up and over the head. Come down. Now from here, option. So move your feet a little bit so your back so your toes are behind the wrists. Bend the knees and bring your chest onto your thighs. Push into the ground firmly with your hands. So you can lift your seat up over the wrists 3 times. Landing lightly, you have to push firmly into the ground. Okay, and then next time you can extend the legs and the elbows come back into Chaturanga. Or walk back into upward facing dog again. Stretch the whole front of the body without wrinkling the back of the neck or the shoulder or the lower back. Back into downward facing dog. Now lift the heels, bend the knees. Try to keep your chest with your thighs come up. So you have to maybe walk your feet a little bit closer if you like to get more height. Push into the base of fingers and the finger pads. Hug the arms into the body. Come up 3 times. On the 4th time, land your feet to the hands if you can. Don't worry if you don't make it there, just walk them forward. Pull the body down onto the legs. Come all the way up to standing. Reach up and back. Now bring the hands back to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, remove all fatigue. Remove all expectations and all attachments to the results. Let's continue. Reach the arms up over the head. Stretch. Press the hips forward. And go down. Bend the knees. And then press your hands against the backs of the legs, close to the heels. And then you can, if you want, step on your fingers with your heels. Keep your chest with your thighs. So if you need to keep your knees bent, all good. Otherwise, if you have more flexibility, raise the seat up over the heels. Imagine trying to get your chest to move beyond the knees. Forehead press against the shins. Imagine the top of the head coming to press right on top of the feet. Good. Now from here, press into your hands. Lift up a little bit. Come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. Back into Chaturanga or walk back. Into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And then the left foot steps forward, back knee down. Sink down through the seat. Inhale, come upright, press into the front knee. Push into the front knee and lean back away from the leg. Now at the same time, imagine trying to pull the body up out of the hips. Curl the tail under. And then bring the hands up for Kapiyasana. Hands in Kali Mudra. Kali is the embodiment of fierceness, of transformation, of rebirth. So embrace all those values. Be strong and fearless and fierce. From here, bring your fingertips down on the ground. Keep your head high and bring it back to rest between your shoulders. If you want, you can see you bring your back foot up. Maybe the foot will eventually find the head. If you can, if you have good balance, your seat has to be right low, close to the front heel. You can raise the arms up, chain pose. You can bring them back, further back as well. And release. From here, lizard. So we're going to bend the toes under and the back foot, move the left foot out more to the side of the mat, alongside the edge, and then rock back and forth, trying to lower your seat with each pass. And push back through the right heel, lower the knee down, relax the toes, roll to the right, see if the right forearm will come down, roll to the left, maybe the left forearm will come down. If not, just stay on the hands, keep your body long, telescope your chest forward. Of course, if you're more flexible, you can bring your chest right down onto the ground. Left shoulder comes just on top of the left foot, perhaps. If you're very low, you can bring your left arm to the outside of the foot. If you're flat on the ground, you can bring your left arm around the outsides, make it underneath the knee, in between the thigh and the body, and join your hands over the back, close to the left hip. Fix your gaze like a lizard that doesn't blink. And then from here, release, come back onto the hands. And here, step back into plank, into Chaturanga, or simply knees, chest, and forehead down. Glide into your cobra or upward facing dog. Then downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward to the hands, back knee down. Inhale, come upright, push your hands into the front knee, press it forward as you bring your body back, lean back away from the leg. Again, imagine trying to get the body further back, the hips, pull the tail down. You can use your hands to help you if you like. And then bring your arms up, Kapiyasana. Wiggle your shoulders, pull the arms, keep them close to the ears so the arms stay straight. Think of a crescent moon shape. Offer it up. If you want, you can drop your fingertips by the sides of the body, close the hips. If your hips are low, you might be able to get your fingertips down and then bring the left foot up. See if it'll touch the head. Use your hand to help the foot find the head. Imagine you squeezing socks behind the knees. Then if you have the steadiness, you can bring both hands up over the head, maybe even back. Break the pose gracefully. Do it this way as you can see. Right foot moves out to the outside of the mat. Move back and forth again. Sinking down low through the hips. And then pushing one more time through the left heel. Bring the knee down, back toes relax. Roll to the left forearm comes down. Roll to the right forearm comes down. And try to sink more and more. Imagine you have a big weight resting on top of your seat. And then rest the body, the chest will eventually come down as well. Take your variations as you see fit. Keep the right knee close to the shoulder. Move the foot out if you need to so it doesn't pop away from the shoulder. If you want, you can, if your chest is on the ground, you can take a bind over your back. Right shoulder is right by the right foot, right on top of it maybe. Fix the gaze. Embrace all the qualities of the lizard, the shape, the mindset, everything. And release. Come back onto the hands, back into high plank. Lower down again, Ashtanga Namaskara or Chaturanga, through into upward facing dog or cobra, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. And bring the left foot forward to the hands, back foot down. Come into Virabhadrasana 1. Bring your gaze up, bring your head back behind the hands, behind the arms. Express devotion, power, and courage, just like the warrior. Now, swing the arms behind the back, interlace your fingers, and then come forward. Drag your right foot forward. So you can come into top leg tree from here. So in top leg tree, you lower your body down so your belly comes onto your thigh, your arms come over the head, your toes come up higher, arch the back a little bit. If it's too much, you can take your fingertips to the ground, or you can take your arms out to the side for balance. Come a little bit straighter if you need to warrior, into airplane. Okay, so move according to your condition. Now from here, bring the left fingertips down to the ground, in front of the left foot, about a foot in front, turn to the right, Ardha Chandrasana. Try to stack your hips and shoulders on top of one another. Good. From here, bring the right hand down, raise your right leg up higher if you can. Walk your hands in towards a standing leg, standing split. Take your left hand to your ankle, the index finger along the outside of the ankle. And see if you can pull your body, your belly, right against the thigh. If you have good balance, see if you can take your other hand to the foot as well. Index finger on the inside of the ankle. Gaze beyond your toes. Some of you might be able to get your chin on your shin. Getting ready to come down. Right foot down. Back into warrior 2, or into warrior 2. Shoulders down, sink through the seat. Turn towards the front, come onto the back, ball the foot, lift the back heel, right arm up, go to the outside of the thigh. You can join your hands in prayer or left fist in place into the right palm, lift the body up. Chest towards the, send the chest towards the thumbs and pull the left shoulder all the way back. If you need to, you can lower the back knee down. If it's too much, keep pulling left hip back, extend to the crown, turn your chest up. If you want to take a bind, go ahead. Left arm goes over the back, move your hips back, join your hands underneath the belly. And then if you want, you can raise the back knee up again. Move with grace, steadiness. Come back into warrior 2. Long stance. And from here, join your hands behind the back. Pull on the hands, lift the head, and then come, dive forward. Bring your forehead down towards the ground, maybe even touch the head to the ground beside the foot. Sink through the seat. From here, bring the hands back down onto the ground on the inside of the foot. Now see if you can move your left shoulder in behind the left knee. I'll do it this way so you can see a little bit from this angle. Okay, so now you're going to come into your low lunge, your back knee's up off the ground, the right foot's flat on the ground. See if you can pick your foot up so your leg is just wrapping around the left arm. And if you push into the back of the knee, you might be able to extend the leg, bring the right arm up, Uttanasana. If you have your knee closer to the shoulder, it's a little bit easier, and you might be able to take the foot, if you're more flexible, hold the outer edge of the foot, and then pull the foot out. This is another variation of Uttanasana. Release, bring the right hand down, turn forward, keep low, elbows bent, and then swing your leg around, or just put it straight back, extend it straight back. Into upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, exhale, breathe out. And again, bring the other side, bring the right foot forward to the hands. Virabhadrasana 1. Now exude confidence and power and determination. Come into the mindset of a warrior. Getting ready for toppling tree. Join the hands behind the back, interlace them. Bring your weight onto the front foot, drag the left foot in, and then pick up the leg. Point the toes, cant the body downwards so the belly's on the thigh. But then see if you can raise your chest a little bit so that the line of the body curves. Again, take your modifications, airplane, or just bring your hands, fingertips down to the ground. No judgment, just do your best. It's the effort that counts. Release the hand. Right fingertips come down, about a foot in front of the little toe, thumb in line for the little toe. Turn to the left. Okay, so try to get your left hip over the right. Bring the leg higher. Good. And then bring the left fingertips down to the ground. Turn forward. Walk your hands back towards the standing leg. So if you've really tightened your hamstrings, you can just bend your knee if you like. Okay. Otherwise, take your right hand to the ankle, index finger tracing along the outside of the ankle, and just pull on the ankle so the body comes closer to the leg. Eventually your feet line right on top of one another. And if you have good balance, you can see if you can take your left hand to the foot as well. Try to get your chin on the shin. From here, back down with your left foot, warrior 2. Now we're going into the twist, Parivrtta Kuntasana. Spin forward, press into the base of the left toes, left arm up. Go to the outside of the right leg with your arm. Do it this way. Again, hands together, or right fist and left hand. Push the chest up, so it's coming towards the thumbs, and then roll the right shoulder back. Take your modification as you need to. Bring your right, left knee down, or take your variations. Maybe the bind. Try to pull the right shoulder all the way back, the same height as the other one. Feel as though you're lying on your back. Come back into warrior 2. Join the hands behind the back, or humble warrior. Pull the hands down, bring the head back, come forward. Stay strong through the legs. Go to the left so you can slide your shoulders on the inside of the knee so you don't get caught on the knee on the way down. If you need to modify, just bring the back knee down. And release, bring hands back down onto the ground. From here, Visvamitrasana. So move the right shoulder in behind the knee and just can stay here if you like. This is where you're at, and just keep trying to create lots of contact between the back of the knee and the back, front of the shoulder. Or flatten out the left foot. Maybe I'll do it this way. I'm not sure if you just saw that. Okay, so back knee is up. And then you have to lean more weight into the right hand so you can pick up the right foot. And push into the back of the knee so you can eventually straighten the leg. The arm comes up. Or pull the foot in close to the belly and then extend it out if you have more of a reach, more flexibility. Release the left hand, turn forward, spinning on the back foot. Keep your body low by keeping your elbows bent back into high plank. Lower down into Chaturanga, through to upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. Vasisthasana. Moving on to your left hand and left foot first, spin to the right. Keep your hips high. You can do other expressions of pose if you like, and slide your right toes back in line with the left knee. Turn your hips and shoulders to face up. You can go even to Uttanasana. Spin on your left hand, heel the palm, fingers facing the middle of the mat, and then you slide your feet one beside the other and hands one beside the other. Spin on your left hand again, and then keep your hips high. Make sure you don't fall into the shoulder. Back into downward facing dog. Go on the other side now. Right hand moves more in front of the nose. Spin towards the left. If you need to, of course, you can modify by bringing the right knee down. Push your hips forward. If you know other those variations, just try the same one. So you're doing Urdhva slide your left toes back, spin your fingers, press and spin on the heel of the palm, fingers facing towards the right edge of the mat, and then you keep turning on the heel of your palm until you can get your feet to come beside each other and hands. Be careful of your shoulders, of course. Come back. Again, push into heel of your palm, keep your hips high. Spin on the base of the toes and heel of the palm. Come back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Now raise the left leg up and back. Nice and high. And bring the knee to the wrist. Left wrist, Pigeon Pose. Come upright, fingers beside the seat. Lift the chest up. You want to bring your hands to your lower back, to your seat. Pull down on the seat. Push up the rib basket. Feel as though you're trying to get your elbows to meet behind the back. And the sensation is that you're folding the back in half of the spine. Now here, if you like, you can try Kuntasana Variation. Do it this way so you can see. You would bring the back foot up. You maybe move your knee a little bit more to the outside edge of the mat. The right, take the foot up, reach across, and take hold of the toes and extend the right arm back. So you just try to really press down into your left side of the seat. From here, maybe Swan Pose. So you would take your foot into the crook of the arm, the fingers are by the ears. Left arm comes around, and you might be able to lock your fingers together. Then turn your chest forward. Try to take all the wrinkles out of the side body, and then you can just press the foot into the arm to soften the line of the joint, so not a big, harsh fold in the elbow. Smooth lines like a swan's neck. All these are options, of course. Move according to your condition and your ability level. And release. Bring the foot close to the shoulders, you can let it go. And then turn forward, square off the hips, left hip moves back. Reach up to the heart and then creep forward. Stop where it's appropriate for you. You can stay on your hands, on the forearms. You can stack your forehead on top of your fists or lie flat out. Pull the left side of the seat back and extend both sides of the body equally so that they're both the same length. Express humbleness and humility, surrender. And then bring your hands back. Step back into your plank. Your exit method, knees, chest, forehead down, or Chaturanga, through to Cobra or upward facing dog. Then downward facing dog. Raise the right leg up, nice and high, and then bring the knee to the right wrist. Pigeon Pose. Again, come upright first, sink down through the seat. Bring your hands to the seat and see if you can get your elbows to come right behind the back. Push the rib basket up, allow the head to drop, back of the head to rest between your shoulders. But keep moving your shoulders down so the neck doesn't get all jammed up as well. Then coming back upright. Maybe moving into Kuntasana from here. So move the knee a little bit more to the left, to the edge, long edge of the mat. Bring the foot up. So if you don't have, if you allow tightness, you can just stay here. If you push into the top of the foot, make sure you're following the natural movement of the body. Bring the right hand, press into the toes, and left arm extends. Spear variation, Kuntasana. Then swan. So you just allow your foot to rest into the inner arm, toes are close to the wrists, fingers close to the ear. Right arm comes around the right side of the head so that it finds the fingers more easily. You can even take a bind before and then lift the elbow up. Just be careful of your shoulders, okay? So if you have very tight shoulders, be mindful of that one. And then push the toes into the arm, look forward, and make sure that you try to prevent any wrinkles from forming in the side body. Now release. Pull the foot in towards the shoulder first so that the foot doesn't drop down heavily. Turn forward, right side of the seat moves back. Make sure the right side of the seat is grounded. And again, come forward into your pigeon. Stay higher. If you need, you can place something underneath your right side of the seat if the seat is coming up. If you can come all the way down. Extend from the fingertips all the way down to the toes of the left foot. Try to get your underarms right down on the ground. And then getting ready to come out. Place your hands underneath the shoulders, then the toes under, come back into high plank. Lower down, whichever way you want, into upward facing dog or cobra. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. Good, now come forward, lift the heels, bend the knees. Jump or walk your feet to the hands. Fold the body in and take a version of Uttanasana you like. Maybe take opposite elbows if you like. Pull the body against the legs. Keep your knees bent if you need to so that the belly doesn't come away from the thighs. Pull the arms closer to the heels if you have the flexibility. And slowly come up. Good. Bring your arms up over the head. Press hips forward, arms back behind the ears. And come back. Bring the hands to the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do easy Chaturanga right from here. Step your feet out a little bit wider so that the toes are beyond the edges of the mat. And so you can bend your knees so that your knees come beyond your toes. Push your hands into the seat and then pull the seat down and under, push in at the same time. Now, just see if you can push into your seat, push into your feet and see if you can lift your hips, roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. And if you want, you can slide one hand down the back of the leg, right hand, and then the left hand grip just below the knees. And then use the hands to pull the thighs outwards so the thumbs come further forward in between your knees. If you want to go further. Bring your hands down to the heels. Then you'll form more like a circle shape. Unbroken curve. Back, walk your hands back up your legs one at a time until you land on the seat. Push into the seat, press into the base of the toes, and come back up. And release. Alright, so now we're going to do some balance poses. Little sequence. So we're going to try first standing head to knee pose. Bend the knees. You need fierce determination for this one. So spread the base of the toes, standing on the left foot first, bring the right knee up towards the chest, take hold of the heel or the ankle, and then push the hips back, extend the leg forward. Feel as though you're resting your leg on the table. And then see if you can bring your chest onto your thigh. Eventually maybe the chin can come to the shin. If it's too much, you can keep your heel underneath your knee. Keep your leg bent. Then pull the knee in or foot in. Kick it back behind gently. So no fast, aggressive movements. Angel. Pull your arms up to the side. Open up through the heart. Bring your head back. Like you're expressing your divine grace and gratitude to the highest self. From here, keep your arms out, keep standing on the left foot. Ballet pose. So you take hold of the inner heel and see if you can extend the leg out to the side and up. Lean a little bit to the left so we can get your left foot up higher in line with the fingertips. More flexible, bring the foot right up close to the head. And release. Slowly bring the foot down. Good. Take a moment here, close your eyes. Visualize yourself moving through that whole sequence with complete ease and steadiness. And see if you can try it again. So do it this way, maybe. Standing on your right foot now. Bend your knees, come into a little bit of a squat. Pick up the right heel or the ankle, and then extend the leg forward. You have to extend your hips back, push your hips back a little bit. Don't have to raise the leg high, just at the height of the hip. If you can, and see
See if you can bring your belly onto your thigh. Bring your body down lower. Maybe the chin will come down onto the shin. Then pull the foot back. And then come up, press into the right foot. Extend the leg back. If you need to, you bring your toes onto the ground. Now spread your arms like you're spreading your wings. Bring your head back. Angel. Open up yourself to divine grace. Now from here, keep rooted down through that right foot. And then slowly move into Ballet Pose. Take hold of the inner heel if you can. Move your knee out to the side. And bring your leg up. If you can, get the leg closer to the head. Try to have your fingers and toes on the same line. Lean a little bit to the right. If you need to, just keep your knee bent. You can do this. Okay, so move according to your condition. And release. Bring the arms down. Stand in mountain with the arms by the sides of the body. Close the eyes. Inhale from the base up to the crown, just like from the base to the summit of the mountain. Exhale back down to the base. Remain solid, unshakable in your practice, in your devotion to the practice. And now come onto your back for a little bit of a rest. Inhale. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Remove all fatigue, all struggles. Relax. Then bring your arms over the head and come to seated position. So now we're going to do Bharadvajrasana. Lean to the right, fold the left leg back. If it's too much for your knee, if it's painful, then of course modify. Keep the leg in front, like so. The heel is close just in front of the right side of the seat, if that's a modification. Make sure your knee is not, your foot is close to the body, not out to the side, because then your hip will come up. So just try to keep both sides of the seat grounded. And now take the right foot up in the right hand, and just swing it from side to side, or move it in circles, anything you like to do to just release it a little bit. Maybe push it back behind your body, underneath the arm. Let's try Compass Pose. See if you can bring the right shoulder in front of the right knee. Push into the back knee. Lift it up by lifting the shoulder. And then, if you can take your hand to the heel and push it up. If you need a strap, if you have a strap, you can use your strap to wrap around a foot and just bring the strap over your head. Like imagine I'm holding a strap. Otherwise, you can take hold of the front of the foot and then try not to hunch down. Keep the body long. Remove all the folds in the waist area. Push the leg behind the body. It's good practice for getting the leg behind the head eventually. Then refold the leg. Keep leaning back a little bit, shoulder against the knee. And then land the heel on top of the left thigh. If there's no resistance, just pull into hip crease for your half lotus. Turn to the right. Right arm goes around the back of the body and find the foot. Use the other hand to guide it to the foot, or use a strap, again, if you need to. Or just hold on to your clothes. So do whatever modification you need to. Left back of the fist, pressing into the right knee, or stepping on your fingers and pressing the palm down below the knee. So left side seat comes up, push it back down.
Stay tall through the spine and vertical. Shoulders back, chest open. And return. Go to the other side. Release the legs, sit to the right, and shake out the legs. Repeat on the other side. Make the modifications as you need to. Take the left foot to the left hand, and then just do whatever movements you feel are good to release. The hip. And see if you can get your left shoulder in front of the left knee. Push the knee back further behind your back. And then you'll be able to get your arm under a little bit better. Now push up into the back of the knee, so trying to get higher than the shoulder. And then you can take your compass pose. Using a strap, or if you don't need a strap and you have the flexibility, reach around the front of the foot, take the outer edge of the foot. And then raise the body up. Push the lower back in. Try to get the leg a little bit further back behind the body. And from here, bring it back. Left knee close to left shoulder, lean back. So the foot comes very close to where it has to go, just on the top of the right thigh, close to the hip, and then you can bring the foot in more easily. Close off the knees a little bit, and then go to the left with your bind and your twist. Take hold of the toes. If you're more flexible, you can see if you can reach for the heel. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Both sides of seat grounded. Eventually your chin comes over the back shoulder. Spiral your spine from the base right up to the base of the brain. And return. Shake out the legs. Lean to the left. Release. Shasana headstand. So if you have a lotus, you can get into lotus pretty easily. You can maybe practice getting into lotus when you're coming up. The easiest way to do that perhaps is to bring one foot into lotus, the foot that comes in easily, and then come down into tripod headstand. Your hands not beside the head, in front. Push off the base of toes, lift your hips. And then lift up a little bit, just enough so you can see. So you can get your foot to the knee and then just kind of shimmy it in. Okay, if you don't have a lotus, just come with your legs straight. Don't bother with a half lotus, just legs in a straight line. If you're comfortable, you can move one arm at a time beside your head, like so you're resting on your forearms. It's not necessary. Just do whatever you like is comfortable for you. And then stay steady. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. Bring your attention to the space between the eyebrows. Now, if this all looks too much for you, not comfortable in your headstands and your inversions, you can either come into hair pose, stay in headstand if you're in headstand. Forehead in front of knees, and then lift your seat up so you're on the top of the head. You're still doing inversion. Your seat is over the knees roughly. So you're more on the back of the head if you feel comfortable. Or teddy bear. Top of the head, hands beside the heels, your palms beside your knees, lift up. See if you can move your knees just under the knees, press against the elbows, and then see if you can push firmly, knees against the elbows, and bend your toes back away from the ground. Bingo, you're up. If you're comfortable, keep pressing into your hands and lift your toes up towards the seat. Untitled variations. Now, if you're in headstand, wherever you are, if you have your forearms beside your head, you can see if you can feel comfortable. Lift your head up off the mat. So some of you might feel more comfortable tipping your head forward. You have to really push into your forearms. Split your legs if you like. So one foot in front, one foot in back, heels close to the legs bent very, very much. And then see if you can lift your head up, straight up, or again, tilt your head forward so that you're looking towards your fingers in front. Keep flexing your feet, pushing through the base of the toes. This will help to keep your muscles engaged in your core. If your head's up off the ground, bring it back down and come down gently. No heavy landings. Land your feet very softly, not making a sound. Back into child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll your way up. Find your way onto your back. Shavasana. So making sure you have enough mat behind you. I like personally to come into plow pose first. And then join the hands behind the back. Just kind of wiggle your shoulders until your arms are behind the back. You get your feet way beyond your head. And then bring your hands to the back and then lift your legs up. One or both legs at a time, then you have a nice straight line from the toes to the chin. Come into your lotus if you like. Or if it's too much, you can just bend your knees and stay in the tuck. So your knees stay close to your forehead, or just have your seat resting on your hands with your legs up. It's always an option. And then if you're right on top of your shoulders, you might be able to bring your hands to the knees. Push your hips forward. Try to get your knees higher than your hips if you have your lotus. Now, still the mind. The attention's at the space between the eyebrows, a seat of divine perception. Learn to make your mind one-pointed in its focus. Into Pindasana if you have a lotus, or Pindasana, or Plow Pose. If you have Pindasana, you can see if you can wrap your arms around the legs, join your hands just below the seat. Otherwise, if you have Halasana, if your feet are on the ground, you can bring your hands behind the back. Or drop your knees right beside your ears. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. Now listen carefully. I'm going to see if you can land in a bridge. So bring your hands back onto the back if you're on the ground. Bring one leg forward. Keep the one leg over your head. Keep pushing your seat into your hands and land that front leading foot lightly on the ground. And then keep pressing into your hips so you can get the other foot down. Try not to come down fast and hard. If it's too much, just lower down and make your way into bridge pose. From bridge, couch pose. So move your heels towards the mouth, your feet are like a V, and then just walk forward, shimmy forward on your shoulders and your elbows until you can get your elbows right by your heels. And then hold on to the ankles, push into the elbows, lift your chest up, your head up, and then your knees might come down to the ground. And allow your seat to rest on the ground, and then bring the top head to the ground. Take hold of your opposite elbows if you like, above your head. Press the forearms into the mat. If that's too much, just do your fish. So fish, your legs are extended, your seat is on the hands. Push your chest up and bring the top head down. Now wherever you are, bust streak of breath. Breathe very fast through the nose like a sniffing dog. And then pause the breathing. If you're in couch pose, take your fingertips on either side of the head. Turn your hands so the fingers are facing towards the head. You might need to move your hands and your head a little bit further out. And take a half breath in, push into the roots of your toes, come right up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Or just come up the regular way. You can also keep your head on the ground. So pull your feet towards the seat, fingertips on the other side of the head. If you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, stay there, practice your stamina. Turn your fingers around so they're facing towards the toes. Take a half breath in and lift your head up. And then see if you can come on to the roots of your toes and then rock back and forth perhaps. So get a nice strong back arch. See if you can straighten your legs and your arms. If you know the variations, advanced practitioners, go ahead. One more breath. Rise up high, push your chest forward, and then slowly come down. Don't go to the point of exhaustion so that you fall out of the pose. Always want to try to keep control. And then relax. Legs extend, breathe in, exhale. Imagine you're fainting, relax. Now from here, arms over the head, come up to seated position. Bring your heels in towards the seat and lift up into a squat, half squat. Keep your knees bent about the height of the seat, as the seat's the height of the knees. Bring your arms around the outside and thread them through between. This is called Stork Pose. So if you don't have too much flexibility, you can see if you can hold the opposite elbows and just pull your body in, tuck your chin in. You can try straightening your legs a little bit. Okay, so your chest is, your belly's between your thighs. If you can, you slide your arms a little bit further down, midway down. Tuck your chin in and cup your hands around your ears. Eventually you might go to move your hands, palm your way back, interlace your fingers behind the head, and you pull on the back of the head. So you're stretching the back of the neck. And try to lift your seat so that your legs straighten. And release. So from here, bring your hands down, and then walk your feet back, lower your knees down. So we're going to do Peacock Pose from here. So Peacock Pose, you just try to pull your elbows in right beside your belly button. And then you turn your fingers out a little bit and facing back towards your feet. So then you come forward, and then bend the toes under and come forward until Most of your body weight's forward. Now allow your belly to be soft so that the elbows can sink in. Maybe lift one leg, maybe lift the other, and then keep forward. And then see if you can lift both legs up. So you have to engage your buttocks here. You can even keep your head on the ground. Okay, first start, and then try to pull your head up. If it's too much, bring your knees way apart, bring your feet together. And this will make you a little bit lighter in the back end. So when you come up, be careful, don't go too fast. Pull your knees up, and then you might find it easier to find your way up. Okay, let's give that a try for a moment. If you move forward, there won't be as much pressure on your wrists. The ankle and your wrists decrease. If you stay back, it's going to be very hard on the wrists. So you have to move. This is why you have to move your body forward again as well. So, okay. And break the pose. Udtanasana. We can keep. Bend your leg, left knee in front, and center line of the body. Heel on the outside of the right hip. Make sure you're not sitting on a foot. And the left foot over across the other side. If you can't get both sides of the seat down, you can extend your leg, move your foot out further. So the toes are closer to the ankle. Right hand behind the back, stand in the back. Left arm up. And push the arm against, the forearm against the outer right thigh. Inhale, lift. Lower back, push the lower back in, exhale. Keep turning to the right, keep pushing the knee beyond the left edge of the body. Looks like this if your leg is folded. You can take binds of some sort if you like. Take hold of the left heel with the left hand, or snake your arm underneath the right leg. And bind just against the left hip. Release, go to the other side. As you need to again. Raise your right arm up. Left hand is right down the center of the back against the seat to prevent you from leaning back. And take your variations as you like. Imagine that you're trying to move try to move your leg as far away from the belly as possible so you're not crushing the belly with your left leg. Bind, if you like, your right hand will be holding the left wrist. If you bind behind the back. Keep lifting up. With your twist, make sure you don't drop back into the hips. Stay tall. Turn. Good. Now lie down on your back for Shavasana. Ease your way down. Get ready to just receive all the benefits of the practice by letting go. So we'll do a breathing and visualization exercise to help bring that about. When you succumb to complete relaxation, you make yourself more receptive to all that is coming to you. Just relax the arms and the legs, the feet falling outwards, the hands beyond the edges of the mat, the palms facing up in the gesture of receiving. Now, bring the attention to the left fingertips. Inhale, sorry, let's start again. Bring your intention to the left toes. Inhale all the way up through the left leg, right through the body, all the way up the spine and to the top of the head. Exhale down the same path. Feel all the muscles along that path releasing and relaxing, sinking heavily into the ground. All the way back down to the left toes. Same thing on the right side, from the right toes. Inhale all the way up through the right leg, right up through the body to the crown. As you exhale all the way back down to the right toes, release all the muscles along the way. Soften everything, sink heavily. From the left fingertips, inhale up through the left arm, right up through the shoulder, to the neck, and to the top of the head. Exhale back down the left arm, feeling all the muscles release. Feel as though they became like jello, completely soft. Arm becomes listless and useless. From the right fingertips, inhale up through the right arm, through the neck and right to the top of the head. Exhale back down, all the way back to the right fingertips. Release all the muscles, soften them all. Arm feels like dead weight. From the top of the head, inhale down the body, down the spine, and down through the left leg, right through to the toes. Exhale all the way back up the same path. Any residual tension that stayed in there, release it all. Let it all go. And from the crown, down the right side of the body now, down through the spine, the right leg, right to the toes. Exhale back up the same way to the crown. Any residual tension there, let it go. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Seat to divine perception. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Feel established in love and divine love and God's love. Now from the fingertips and the toes, inhale all the way up. Inhale through the pores of the skin, right up through the spine, right up to the top of the head. Exhale back out and down, down and out through the arms, through the legs, and out through the pores of the skin. Send out everything you don't need. Release it all. From the base of the spine, inhale right up through the spine to the crown. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. Now scan the body. Notice any physical or mental or emotional changes. And whatever tension or resistance or tightness that's left, imagine just dropping it right out of the body into the ground. Discard it. Then leave the body alone. Just watch it there, like a corpse, completely still. Be like the wind is watching it, and you're not even feeling the body anymore, because you are in fact not the body, nor the mind, nor the emotions. But you can sense its heaviness, having been in that body at one point. Just imagine it getting so heavy that it just sinks right into the ground, swallowed up by the earth.
out of sight, out of mind, out of consciousness. Now just imagine a movie screen sitting just in the brain, behind the forehead. Watch that screen. Visualize a river, a fast, active river in the forest, bubbling and swollen, and just rushing down the banks, tearing up branches as it moves, moving extremely fast. The fish can barely keep up with the water. It's being carried by the water as the water rushes down through the forest. Eventually, it all empties out into a pool, though. A round, deep pool, so still that the surface of water is glassy like a mirror, unbroken by any waves in that middle of the pond. And so deep and clear you can see right through to the bottom, free of all impurities and debris, just absolutely crystal clear water. In the same way, we try to purify our bodies and our minds and our behavior, our spiritual behavior, all in the pursuit of self-realization. And through tapas, through the inner fire, through the desire, we make progress through our practice by practicing constantly. Through constant observance of the ethical rules, first and foremost ahimsa, we clean up our spiritual behavior as well. We purify our hearts. And through discernment, through our experiences, we gain knowledge to purify our minds, to replace all those doubts, to replace all those untruths of what is real, what is not real, of what our true nature is, which is infinite, which is not physical in any way, which is formless, which is just pure intelligence and wisdom. And through that purification process, we come to a place where we are no longer affected by pain and suffering. We've moved beyond it. We realize that everything is perfect. Everything happens exactly as it should, in order to allow us to grow spiritually bit by bit. And at one point we arrive at self-realization, the realization that we are one with God and one with all beings. I am you, you are me. I am that, that I am. Now repeat yourself the following suggestion 3 times. Lock this mantra in your mind and heart so you can come back to it day after day. I continually strive to purify my mind, my spirit, and my body. It's the effort that counts the most. The desire is what will keep you to the path. And now, with that intention firmly ingrained in the mind and heart, prepare to come back from Shavasana. Come back into the physical body. Awaken it. And prepare to come back to seat position, always moving in a way that is slow, that is mindful. That allows you to preserve the serenity that we created through the practice. Sitting tall and supreme once you're seated. Just sit quietly for a moment. Just keep repeating that mantra to yourself, perhaps. Visualize yourself coming pure like the pond in body, mind, and spirit. A radiant, pure light shining in the hearts of all beings. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so very much for joining today.